here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Mashed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to answer a really common question that I get in my live streams and in my comments. And that question is, Frankie, how do you change the color of your candles? And more importantly, why did you change the color of your candles? So today is going to be a quick video, a little bit more on the fun side, just because I get this question constantly. So I figured I'd just get it out of the way, answer the questions, and show you guys how to get some really cool color schemes going on your trading view charts. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these great tutorials or urgent market updates that we upload to the channel. Now, before we jump into TradingView and I actually show you guys exactly how you can do this, I do just want to answer a question. And that question is, why did I change the color of my candles? And the quick answer to that question is, it matches the color scheme of my YouTube channel. And that is pink and cyan, as you can see. So the main reason I changed it was just to kind of match the color scheme and match the branding of my YouTube channel. However, some people argue that changing the colors of your candles can actually eliminate a little bit more emotion out of your analysis, because sometimes when you see those massive red candles, it can start to make you feel a little bit panicky. So, you know, not as alarming as seeing some purple candles pop up. That red kind of just gives you that, you know, that emergency feeling. So that's not really why I changed my candles, but I know a lot of people do it for that reason. So it could be an added benefit, but my main reason is because I like the colors. They're a little more easier on the eyes, and I just think it's a lot better to look at. And then it obviously also matches our branding. So nonetheless, I do get the question all the time, how did you change your colors? What colors do you use? And how can I do that as well? So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts so I can show you guys how to get some pretty cool color schemes on your trading view charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin daily chart, and if you have all your settings set to default, this should be what your chart looks like. You have your green candles and you have your red candles, right? And now to me, this is an absolute eyesore. It's just really nasty looking. I don't really like this color scheme. I think it's ugly. And then let's pull up Market Cipher B, because this is another question that I get all the time, is how did I change my Market Cipher B from looking like this to this? So first off, let's get Market Cipher B off the chart, and let's go ahead and just change the candle colors. To do this, all you're going to do is simply double click on your candles, and that will pull up your chart settings dialog box. And as you can see right here, on by default, it opens on symbol, and you can see here you have body, borders, wick. I don't know if the borders are on by default, but I think they are, and I do turn those off. Now, to change your candle colors, you could come over here, kind of self-explanatory. You have green and red. So I actually have my candles set to a blue color, which I believe is this exact color here, that nice little teal color. If you want to change your red candles, you can go ahead and click on that red box and change them to any color you want. You could even change them to green if you want, or black if you want them to be invisible, or white, or whatever color you want. The options are obviously endless. I have mine set to a purple color, so I'm just going to select this default purple color right here. And you want to also go ahead, and you can see here that our wicks are still green and red. If you click on your wick, you can change your wicks here. I'm just going to go ahead and match these colors. So I'm going to make that one that teal color, and I'm going to make this one that purple color. So now you can see that our wicks on our green candles are blue now, and the wicks on the purple candles are purple to match the candle. So this is essentially how I set up my candle coloring. And again, you could obviously do this with any color. I did not use these colors for any other reason specifically than to match the branding of my YouTube channel. So that is simple enough. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and now your chart should look something like this. And then I think the more sought after question here is, how did I change Market Cipher B? Ew, this is the most disgusting looking thing ever. I hate these default colors. So all you're going to have to do is come down to Market Cipher B, double click anywhere on your indicator, and come to Style. And then you can see all of your different things that are included on Market Cipher B with your little color selectors on the right. And let's go ahead and start with our waves. So for my light blue waves, I actually left that default, but I did change my regular blue wave over here, and I did change that to gray. So you can see our waves did turn gray down here. And then I also changed the VWAP wave to a white color. So you can see that right there. You could switch that over to white. And then money flow, I decided to match that up with my candle colors. So let's go to our money flow. The green wave, I'm going to go ahead and match that to the blue color. And then our red wave, I'm going to go ahead and match to our purple color. And then I changed my buy circles, which are these actual green dots down here. You could click on that green box, and I actually changed mine to this blue color. So there you go. Now our green dots are blue. You can see that right down there. And then you can see blue wave crossing up. You can click on that color there. For me personally, basically what this is those green dots on top of your momentum waves. And I changed those to a teal color. And then we can go ahead and click on blue wave crossing down, which is going to be your red dots on your momentum wave here. And I actually changed this to a pink color, which is not too far off from the red. Now, the only other thing I've changed on my Market Cipher B indicator is going to be the RSI lines. And these I actually just completely take off. It's one thing on Market Cipher B I pay the least attention to. You can just see, it just looks really messy like this, especially on my live streams. I like to keep things simple for the beginners, so I think this could just make this look more complicated than it needs to be. So I just turn them off, and then you're left with this, which is essentially how I have my charts set up, guys. And then another thing you can do is come down here and you can actually save this as your default layout. That way, if you go ahead and remove Market Cipher B from your chart, and then if you come back up here and re-add Market Cipher B, you won't actually have to recolor everything, right? Because if you didn't save it as your default and you got rid of the indicator and then re-added it, you would actually have to go through and change all those settings. So I definitely recommend saving that as your default. Now, on your candle coloring, if you double-click those candles to bring up this dialog box one more time and you come down to the drop-down menu here, you can actually save it as a template, right? So you can go ahead and save this. I'll save this as Frankie Candles Layout. And you can go ahead and save it. That way, if you want to apply the defaults and you want to go back to normal, you can go ahead and click that. And then you're like, you know what? I actually liked my other colors better. You could click Frankie Candles Layout or whatever you choose to name it. Click that, and you get right back to your layout that you just created. And you could do this with any indicator. I'm going to go ahead and turn on Market Cipher A, which could get pretty noisy. I generally leave all of these indicators and signals on Market Cipher A. I don't really take them off. But if you wanted to simplify your chart, let's say maybe you don't look at the gold diamonds too much or the blue triangles, you could double click on Market Cipher A, either by clicking on one of the signals, or you could just go ahead and click that settings cogwheel up here on your indicator, and you can come over to style, and you can actually choose what you want on and off of your charts. So let's say you don't really look at the blue triangles, you don't pay attention to the yellow diamonds, you don't want the red diamonds, but you really just want to keep the yellow X's, the short signals. You're not going to, let's say we're not looking at the green dots, and you just want the major signals, right? You just want the manipulation X's and the blood diamonds. So we'll take everything else off other than the blood diamonds and the manipulation X's. And you can even go ahead and turn off your EMA ribbon by clicking here. And you can even turn on all of your different EMAs on your EMA ribbon or turn them off. You could basically customize it however you would like to. And then you can also come down here and you can save these settings as default as well, right? So if you want to save that as default, that way, anytime you want to get rid of Market Cipher A again, and then you bring it back up, it'll keep those settings, right? So now you have a much cleaner chart. Again, this is just an example. I just wanted to show you guys that you could do this with any indicator. I typically leave most of these things on Market Cipher A, but if you just wanted to simplify things, just get those strong signals set up there. You can save them as default there. And then one last thing, I actually do think that I've taken off the plots background here, which is that green and red bar that pops up at the bottom of Market Cipher B. And all this really does is show you where money flow is in the green. You could see as this blue wave came up above the 0 line, that turns green. And then when you cross over into the red, it turns red. So it's just another way to see the money flow. And I actually do believe I have that turned off. So if you follow those directions accurately, this is what you should be left with. And other than all the signals on Market Cipher B, this is essentially how I have all my charts set up. It's just a little easier on the eyes, in my opinion. And then if you wanted to change your background color right here, like just on TradingView, you can right click, click settings, And you could come down to appearance, and you could change your background to whatever color you want. I don't know why you would ever want it to be red. That would be brutal, but you can change your background colors to whatever you want. And I do believe I have mine set to a gradient, which is pretty cool. You could actually change it to a gradient. And I do believe that I have mine set to some form of gray gradient. I don't know the exact settings, but you can go ahead and play with this as you wish. You can completely change the colors to your liking, however you like it. You don't have to do pink and blue. I think people think I have that set for a specific reason, but the truth is it just matches the branding of my YouTube channel. So, guys, that's about it. Again, if you follow the directions correctly, this is what your chart should look like. It should look very similar to mine, with the exception of this red and green bar down here. But again, much easier on the eyes, guys. And then also taking some of that clutter off of Market Cipher B does make it a lot easier to read. So, guys, I think that's all I got for this video. Like I said, this was a very highly requested video. So super short, kind of on the fun side. So go hit TradingView, set up the colors that you enjoy, or copy my settings exactly if you like the purple and the blue. Set your custom settings, save them as a template, or save your indicator settings as default so you don't lose them every time you take them on and off of your chart. That is actually a little bit of an important part because I wasn't doing that at first and I had to keep redoing the settings. Make sure you save them as defaults, but go ahead and have fun with it. Change your background to a gradient. Make your background cool. With all that being said, guys, I think that's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it